Fentanyl, a powerful synthetic opioid, is incredibly dangerous and poses significant risk to our teenagers. Its prevalence on the streets is alarming, and the consequences of its abuse can be devastating. Welcome back to the channel. My husband and I recently finished a 12-part craft parenting class where one entire evening was spent on fentanyl and Narcan. It was eye-opening to say the least, and I wanted to share with all of you what we learned, because this is important for all parents to know. Fentanyl is a synthetic opioid that is up to 100 times more potent than morphine and 50 times more potent than heroin. Originally intended for severe pain management, it has now infiltrated the illegal drug market. It is cheap to produce and easy to transport, making it an attractive option for drug dealers. The chemicals needed to produce fentanyl can come from various sources, including legitimate pharmaceutical manufacturers, illicit chemical suppliers, or diverted chemicals from legal sources. It's added to drugs like heroin or cocaine to increase potency, but it's also added to counterfeit prescription pills like Oxy, Xanax, Adderall. And what's really disturbing is the counterfeit pills look like the real pills, so kids have no idea of what they're getting. It's extremely important for your children to know that anything bought off the street has major risks. Many adolescents accidentally take fentanyl when they ingest counterfeit pills that they believe are prescription opioids or stimulants or some other kind of drug. The only safe place to get these pills are from a pharmacy or a doctor. The presence of fentanyl in street drugs significantly increases the risk of overdose, as even small amounts of fentanyl can be lethal, especially for individuals who are not tolerant to opioids. To put it into perspective, just 2 milligrams of fentanyl, about the size of a few grains of salt, is enough to be lethal. But not all street drugs have the same amount of fentanyl. The chocolate chip cookie effect explains that when any illicit drug, like fentanyl, is mixed with other drugs, it is never mixed evenly. If you split the cookie, a pressed pill in this case, in half, one half may be fine, while the other half contains a lethal amount of fentanyl. In today's world, there are drug sellers on every major social media platform. So if your teenager uses Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, or anything else, they have the potential to be exposed to drug sellers. When ingested, fentanyl quickly binds to opioid receptors in the brain, causing a surge of euphoria and relaxation. But it also slows down breathing and heart rate, leading to the risk of overdose, especially when taken in high doses or unknowingly mixed with other substances. But there is hope. Narcan, also known as naloxone, is a medication that can reverse the effects of an opioid overdose. Once given, it works rapidly, blocking the effects of opioids in the brain within minutes. It's crucial to act fast. The window for administering Narcan is narrow, with every second counting in saving a life. Here are the steps. Identify an opioid overdose by looking for the following symptoms: pinpoint pupils, shallow or no breathing, blue or grayish lips and fingernails, no response to stimulus, gurgling, heavy wheezing or snoring sound. If you do not get a response, administer Narcan through the nasal passages. Don't test it or push the plunger early. Insert the tip of the nozzle into one nostril and push the plunger firmly. If the person does not wake up or respond to shaking, administer the second dose. Call 911 immediately, as additional support is often needed. While waiting, try to keep the person awake and breathing. Lay them on their side to prevent choking and stay with them until emergency workers arrive. Narcan has no effect on someone who does not have opioids in their system, so it's totally safe. Narcan is available without a prescription at most pharmacies, Amazon, Costco, and many other locations. It's also distributed by community organizations and health departments, often for free or at a very low cost. The price depends on the brand and formulation, but it typically ranges from $20 to $60. Having Narcan available in households where teenagers reside can potentially save lives in the event of an overdose. While no parent wants to think about their teenager using drugs, the reality is that experimentation with substances, including opioids or street drugs, is not uncommon among adolescents. And in 60% of adolescent overdose deaths, a bystander was present who could have intervened. It's important to note that having Narcan available does not condone or encourage drug use. Instead, it reflects a proactive approach to harm reduction and safety. Additionally, parents should consider having open and honest conversations with their teenagers about the risk of substance use and provide support and resources if their child is struggling. Knowing about fentanyl and Narcan can make a difference in saving someone's life. Please share this information with your loved ones and be prepared in case of an emergency. Together, we can raise awareness and protect our teenagers from the dangers of fentanyl abuse. Thanks for watching, and if you liked this video, please check out our video on scams.